Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I left without my computer this morning, so that has put us behind a bit, so I appreciate your indulgence. Next Sunday at this time, we will have our burning bowl ceremony. So we proceed with our affirmations of the 5 basic principles together. I live in the consciousness of the all-good God, everywhere equally present. I honor the original innocence and the presence of God within myself and every person. I create my experience by the activity of my thinking. Through prayer and meditation, I am directly linked to the mind and heart of God. I know the laws of truth, and I live the truth I know. And our Unity of Claremont affirmations. Oops, this is the old one. Okay, let's do the old ones since they're there, so I may as well do them. This unity ministry expresses God's love, power, and wisdom by teaching truth principles that empower happy, healthy, prosperous, and meaningful living. We are happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Praise God. Okay, the daily word today is joy. And the affirmation is, with joy I prepare for the rebirth of the Christ within. Christmas Eve brings back memories of childhood anticipation. What's in the packages under the tree? What other goodies will there be in the morning? Now, I relish the anticipation of the joy my gifts will bring as I watch my loved ones opening their presents. This joy blooms in my heart as the Advent season draws to a close, and I prepare to receive my most precious gift, the rebirth of the Christ within. I still my mind and become present. I contemplate the awe of the shepherds as they heard of Jesus' birth. I think of the veneration of the kings who traveled to honor him. I surrender to my feelings of awe and reverence, preparing for the joyous rebirth of light and love within me. The scripture reading is taken from the 2nd chapter of Luke, verse 10. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people." Let's say today's affirmation together. With joy I prepare for the rebirth of the Christ within. When Jesus began his ministry, he enticed the fishermen into becoming his disciples by saying, "Leave your nets, I will make you fishers of men." Jesus was inviting them to change, to become something different, transformed from fishermen to apostles. It wasn't a matter of learning new skills or trading one profession for another. He was talking about transforming them. So as our daily word said this morning, this is the time of year when we turn our thoughts to the birth of the Christ within. And in Unity, our word for this is transformation. Jesus took ordinary fishermen out of their boats on the Galilee and transformed them into apostles. Elsewhere, he described the process as being born again, as becoming like little children, or like making new wineskins for new wine. So a natural question is, you might ask yourself, what will my life look like if I am transformed? Does it require a leap of faith into the spiritual unknown? And the answer is no, because what you become is up to you. You decide what kind of person you will become. And if you do nothing, your past will create your future in the image of your past. Because what you are governs what you do. And without inner change, your same old self will meet challenges in the same old way with the same old results. Jesus said, "By their fruits you will know them." What your life looks like is determined by what you are. A good tree bears good fruit, he said. And you might respond, okay, I want to become a good tree bearing good fruit. But that thought is insufficient. On the physical level, farmers grow and tend their fruit trees. Some orchards have been passed down from one generation to the next. And nowadays, huge corporations buy up farms and hire workers to tend the trees. But on the spiritual level, you are the gardener. There's only one person in the world who can nurture and tend you into a tree that bears good fruit. You. Only you. External changes are what happened to you. Shakespeare called them the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. We in New Thought have a different approach. Want to change your life? Change your mind. Change your mind, change your life. We've heard that over and over. You change your mind, and you change your life. And this is a sentence, you've heard many times, and it could also be worded, change your mind, change yourself. I've given a workshop on the book written by Byron Katie, Loving What Is. And she teaches a pencil and paper process to help people identify what it is exactly that is upsetting them about a particular situation. And then she makes them write that out in a simple sentence, like, the children should pick up their socks. You go through quite a process just to get it down to this one simple, basic thought that is at the root of your discomfort. And then she asks you this question: who would you be if you didn't believe that the children should pick up their socks? Well, probably the answer is, if I didn't think the children should pick up their socks, then I wouldn't be upset that they didn't. Mm-hmm. It's just like you have a lawn, if you have a lawn. I have 5 acres of lawn, so. But that was my choice. And I don't get angry at the grass for growing. Now it has to be mowed. I don't get up in the morning and say, that grass is growing more. Look, this Florida grass grows so fast. Damn that grass. Doesn't it know now I have to go mow it? I just know that growing, that's the grass's job. Its job is to grow. So if you looked at it differently and said, leaving their socks on the floor, that's their job. And you wouldn't be upset. So if you want your life to be different, you have to be different. And that's why happiness is never the result of winning the lottery or moving to another state. There are 2 different levels of the New Thought teachings. Maybe you didn't know this, but we're tricky. On the surface, we teach you how to manifest your dreams, how to achieve health, prosperity, loving relationships. The way Florence Scovel Shinn always put it in her wonderful book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, was health, wealth, loving relationships, and perfect self-expression. So, and this ability to manifest, to do the 40-day manifestation process, or to do a treasure map, whatever method you might use to manifest your desires. That's just a trick. We teach you that to teach you that you are in control of your world. But the most important thing is not that you manifest a Mercedes, which I did. Biggest waste of money in my life. Oh my gosh, that thing drank money. But that's what I wanted, and I manifested it. So, there's a saying among ministerial students: they come for the loaves and fishes, but they stay for the truth. Our teaching that you have powers, that you can manifest the life you want, is only the first step, because once you learn that process, then you can apply that methodology to your own transformation. I want to transform my body into a healthy body. I want to transform my family relationships into loving relationships. I want to transform my finances from red to black. Once you learn that process, then you can say, I want to transform myself. I want to be the Christ of my world. Isn't that great? I mean, what more wonderful thing could we be teaching than to help everyone manifest their true selves? So, you can manifest a new you. You can be born again. But who you are came here to be. And we call this the birth of the Christ, which is what we celebrate at Christmas. And for us, this is the real meaning of Christmas. So you might say, hey, wait a minute, I wanted prosperity. And now you tell me all this meditation, affirmation, and release of negative thinking is really about becoming the Christ of my world? Is that what you were selling all along? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I love this. I just love this cartoon. I'm so glad I ran into it again. It's a new world. When you change yourself, when you are a different person, everything around you also is transformed. Welcome to higher consciousness. Now, Jesus also taught that unlike physical birth, this rebirth is a process. It takes time. Just like growing a crop through the spring and summer, or having the dough rise overnight, or planting a mustard tree that over the years grows into a big tree. So, Christmas is the celebration of this process of transformation. And like all celebrations, the more the merrier. We light each other the way one candle lights another. And that is what we will do in our Christmas candle lighting ceremony this morning. And this is why we are here together. We all got up, we put on our Christmas garbs, and we came, and This is why we are here and not at home watching a televangelist. Because we light each other the way one candle lights another. Now, I have received strong guidance that the most important thing that I do as spiritual leader is to see the Christ in every one of you. That's the most important thing. And that is what we do for each other. And it's magic. It's magic. People walk through the door for the first time. And they don't know what we teach. But they feel it. They feel at home right away. And that's the beauty and the magic of a group of people of like mind. So, each of us, however, is unique. Each of us is God individualized in a different and wonderful way. Each of us is guided to manifest or express the Christ of our being in his or her own unique personality. So I am in the process of transforming into something different from what you are in the process of transforming into. So do you have a clear picture of your true self? Probably we're all still working on that. What kind of person did you come here to be? If you are the Christ of your world, what will that look like? And are you thinking along the lines of, well, I want to be more loving, I want to be more spiritual, I want to be more prayerful, I want to be less angry, I want to be less stressed, I want to weigh less. Well, all of that is just tweaking. All of that is just to say, well, I want more of this and more of that, is just doing a touch-up on the old picture. You create a new you out of the future that you envision. Let me say that again. You create the new you out of the future that you envision. So, how do you create a picture of the future, the reborn you? The new tree that will produce a new variety of wonderful fruit. The good news is that while each of us is unique, and even though transformation is a DIY project, guidance is available. And I'm not talking about YouTube. To help us in the process of developing Christ consciousness, different spiritual teachers over the centuries have created like lists of characteristics. Jesus gave us the Beatitudes, and he said, love God and love your neighbor. So that was his list. And the Buddha gave us the Eightfold Path. And Paul the Apostle gave us his list of the gifts of the Spirit. In modern times, Charles Fillmore has given us the 12 powers. And this is why we light a candle for each of the 12 powers in our Christmas service, and why the 12 powers candles are lighted from the Christ candle. Now, in many unity churches, each person is invited to choose just one of the 12 powers for the year. I've done that with myself as a congregant, and I've done it with you. And but this year we're going to do it a little bit differently. So, because it's important that you have a clear picture of what it is you intend to manifest in your transformation. And where do we get the guidance for that? We get it from within. So we're going to, in a meditative way, form the intention using the 12 powers to help you focus. And we're going to do a very powerful exercise that I have modified from the quantum living class. And the idea is to let your inner wisdom bubble up into your consciousness. You all know that there's a lot more in the subconscious than there is in the conscious. But it is from within, what you're not consciously aware of, that your wisdom and your intuition reside. So what we want to do is we want to have some process that will help you shut off your logical, programmed thinking about what kind of person you want to be, and let your inner knowing come to the surface. Let your true self reveal itself. So now for the candle lighting, and all we're going to do is Elizabeth has volunteered to be our candle angel, and she is going to light the candle for each of the powers.
Are you going to read them out, or should I just?
I have them out there.
Okay.
So the first power is faith. So let's read the affirmation for faith together. By the
Power of faith, I know the truth, and I am free.
Place the candle
Yes,
in the tray.
in the tray.
The tray is filled with salt,
Oh, I see
which
that.
represents purity.
Okay.
The second power is strength. Together, by the
Power of strength, I persevere, endure, and stay the course to my highest good.
The third power is wisdom. Together,
By the power of wisdom, I discern, evaluate, and apply truth I know.
the fourth power is love. Together,
By the power of love, I am loving and beloved.
the power of imagination.
By the power of imagination, I envision good unfolding in every area of my life.
Did I do something out of order?
No, imagination.
You
You
just
need
said-
power.
you just
Now
said-
you need power.
Okay. The next one is understanding.
No, we're imagination.
And she did
By
that.
the power of imagination,
I envision good unfolding in every area of my life.
Understanding.
the next one is understanding. By the
The power of understanding, truth is illumined and directs my life.
will.
By the power of will, I choose, decide, and command my good.
Order.
By the power of order, my life is balanced and all is well.
Zeal.
By the power of zeal, I enthusiastically accept my good and achieve my purpose.
Elimination.
By the power of elimination, I release everything that no longer serves my unfolding good.
Zeal.
Zeal.
That
That's
candle-
zeal.
Zeal, it just gets jumpy. And finally, life. By the
Power of life, I am healed and energized.
I am one who knows the truth.
I am radiating love and understanding.
I am a loving and have a strength for life.
I am a loving, faithful person.
I am strong, powerful, faithful, and loving.
I'm a strong, powerful, loving, and understanding man that admires faith.
I am a loving, energized, and faith-centered person.
Yes, Dr. I am a strong, faithful, and loving person.
I am a strong person who is very loving and has great faith in spirit.
That's it, right? Thank you.